What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So as you can clearly see the title of the broadcast, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has accused the FBI of leaking the information about the ICE raids out here. Hold on here, people. Of course, this is a major problem and things like that if we want to try to get these illegals out of here safely and things like that. So yes, it's crazy out here. We've seen a few reports. I think there was a problem up in Aurora, and they had their issues and stuff like that. So we're going to dive off into this, and we're going to see what's going on. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is calling out the FBI, claiming the Bureau is responsible for leaking details about a major immigration enforcement operation planned for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Times reported details on upcoming ICE raids in the city, citing anonymous sources who provided them intel. Kristi Noem shared their exclusive on X, saying the FBI is so corrupt. We will work with any and every agency to stop leaks and prosecute these crooked deep state agents to the fullest extent of the law. According to the LA Times report, the operation was expected to happen by the end of this month, and the Drug Enforcement Administration and the FBI were said to be assisting ICE. ICE has not issued a statement in response to the LA Times story, but Trump administration officials suggest leaks to the media on upcoming operations is putting law enforcement at risk, with U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi telling Fox News those leakers could face prosecution.
If anyone leaks anything, people don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. And if you leaked it, we will find out who you are and we will come after you.
Listen, I don't blame them.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Make it happen. And this is ridiculous. And see, this is a part of the situation where the buyout situation that Trump has just put in place about people that, you know, if you want to get out, CIA, FBI, things like that, we got your 8-month package, things like that, you need to move. And also with the press house secretary, Miss Caroline, she stated, listen, look, basically, you know, take this package and get on down so we could actually replace you with people who want to be here out here. And I'm all on board. Now, see, this is the point right here, that we know that the situation at hand has been corrupted for a minute now. We know that these entities that we rely upon, which are government agencies, the alphabet letters out here, which is crazy, you know, have been doing and engaging in things for a long time. So we know these people are not just 100% clean in these agencies. Let's keep going.
Another consequence of leaks, according to border czar Tom Homan, is botched operations. Homan says leaks of raid information came out in the Denver area ahead of their operation there last week, resulting in far fewer arrests than what was originally expected.
Right. And I've seen other reports on that from other news networks and things like that, that they were saying that, yeah, when they came, once ICE came there and tried to clear up the Aurora situation, which I think they should have went there first. They should have went there secretly. I think they should have touched down in Aurora first, in Colorado first, and kind of simultaneously at the same time, though, too, went out there in Chicago. But I really think they should have went there first. But the problem is, yes, apparently, from what I saw in reports, you know, once they got there, there was nobody there, and there was apartment complexes that went nationwide that we saw, and also it was blood on the walls. It was a chaotic scene, but there was nobody there to be captured, and it had to be a leak. I'm sorry, how else they were going to know to get out of Dodge?
This isn't a game. When the operations get leaked like that, it puts our officers at great risk. It's already a dangerous job. The rest of it, we know TDA is dangerous. Everybody can agree to that. But when they get a heads up we're coming, it's only a matter of time before our officers are ambushed.
Meanwhile, immigration advocacy groups are calling for more information about ICE operation activity.
Okay, so we heard what they had to say at that point right there between that situation right there. So we're going to keep going. I got a little bit more here, and we're going to hear what we're going to hear a little bit more from Tom Homan. Let's go here now.
To be their new senator.
Meantime, Borders Our Tom Homan says the DOJ is investigating the ICE operation being leaked in LA and has a theory of where those leaks are coming from. Watch this.
Some of the information we're receiving tends to lead toward the FBI. But I talked to the Deputy Attorney General all this weekend. They've opened up a criminal investigation, and they have promised that not only this person lose their job and lose their pension, they're going to go to jail. They're going to criminally prosecute.
Okay, all that said, Senator, it seems like leakers are never caught. We always talk a big game. We got to get these guys or gals, but nothing ever happens. Does that change finally under the Trump administration?
I think you're going to see a lot of things change under the Trump administration. And when they say they're going to enforce the law, they mean it. Attorney General Pam Bondi has already come out and said that they will pursue this and aggressively prosecute those that are leaking this information. And remember, the people they are going after right now, they know they have information on them. There's a reason for that. Nobody wants them in this country. Remember.
Right. And see, that's what we're talking about right there. The people that they're going after, they already know that these people are here not only illegally, but they've already committed crimes within this country because they've been catched and released. And also they have records from other countries that they've committed crimes in too.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
So now we want to sit here and we want to act like this situation is something to cry upon. But at the same time, though, too, these people are here doing, heinous crimes and stuff like that. But then, no, I get it. They want to, they go back to their communities that they built within our society here, these, makeshift communities that they just built and things like that by coming over here these past few years. And, they get amongst the others that are technically here illegally, but not doing any heinous crimes. And yeah, it's going to be a caught up situation. I can't go to the trap house. Let's say I'm an ex-trapper, and we know what those terms mean. And I go see some old partners of mine, stuff like that. I'm out the game, been out the game for a long time, hadn't done anything. I'm straight and narrow. And let's say I go to see some old partners and stuff like that, and I go to the trap house, chill out with them, have a few drinks, talk shit about the old days, stuff like that, but not be knowing that at the end of the day, though, my partners have been under investigation because I'm out the game. I don't know what they got going on now. I don't know what's happening, things like that. So yeah, I go visit and things like that and chill out, not knowing that they under investigation and they get popped that day. They're going to take me too. They're going to take me too. And then, everything else I have to get figured out on the back end, but they're going to take me too immediately. They're not going to sit there and say, oh, well, no, he's not a part of this because he hasn't, No, they're going to take me too immediately. They're not going to sit there and try to differentiate the difference between, he's not doing anything and he's doing the crimes. And no, they're not. They're going to take everybody.
If you obstruct justice, if you try to get in the way of a federal investigation or a federal action, that is incredibly serious. It's a felony. You can spend years in prison. And I hope that they do go after these folks with zeal. We need these efforts to work, and we need to make this country secure again.
We need accountability. Senator Ashley Moody said she has no regrets coming up to D.C. from Florida, despite the weather, I will add, despite the.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Here we go now. We're going to keep going because, yes, this is what's going down now. Apparently, of course, FBI and things like that, may have leaked information and things. But, listen, look, I don't put nothing past none of these alphabet letter entities and things like that because this is just life. This is where we at. And if Trump felt secure with these individuals that were already in place at these at these alphabet letter entities, then he would not be trying to give these people way out of their duties and their jobs.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Let's just keep this real. He's trying to get these people to gracefully buy out and bow out.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has accused the FBI of corruption, alleging that the Bureau leaked plans for large-scale immigration enforcement operations in the Los Angeles area. So on Friday, the LA Times reported that ICE would oversee a large-scale operation targeting individuals without legal status in the US, and then cited an internal document. So Kristi Noem has condemned these leaks, saying that they really undermine federal efforts to enforce immigration laws. We know this was a big part of Donald Trump's campaign. This is what the American people voted for. Is Kristi Noem right here?
Right. So now, before he gets started, the thing of this is yes, when you're being investigated, unless you have ties into the system to where you can get in touch with other officers or things like that, that you're, payoffs and things like that. And I'm talking about the crooked side of the situation, because this is true. Unless you have those internal people that can give you the information that you need to get out of Dodge before they actually raid you, then yeah, you're going to get raided. But see, that's the problem right there. That's not supposed to be allowed. Those type of people that are working for these alphabet letter entities are not supposed to leak information about when the next raid is supposed to happen, or this and that, or this is not supposed to happen. Let's keep going.
No, absolutely not. She hasn't pointed to any specific cases of corruption. She's again casting this wide net of saying that our Federal Bureau of Investigation is corrupt, and that the law enforcement agents that put their lives on the line are corrupt and working against the best interests of our country. And she has not one single thing to point to. If you had some evidence, I would be all with you.
Who leaked the documents to the LA Times?
We have no substantial evidence that any FBI agents have done anything criminal or illegal.
Not yet, but it's the point though. Who else is going to know about this information? Average citizens are not going to know about the information about the raids. Only government officials will know about such things.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
See, we got to stop. We have to stop being so clouded out here.
You can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit up. We have to stop being so clouded in the mind with the stupidity and things like that. It's only government agencies that know what time raids and things like that are going to happen. Average citizens, criminals, they don't know when they're going to get raided unless somebody tells them. Come on now. So it had to come from somewhere in one of these alphabet agencies. Let's just be logical about this.
And yet we have the Secretary of Homeland Security making allegations of criminal activity of our federal law enforcement. It's a disgrace. It's an outrage. These are men and women that put their lives on the line to protect our nation's interests. And then you have the federal government, the Secretary of Homeland Security making allegations of corruption without any evidence. That is wild. And it does no service to the men and women in law enforcement. And it's really a disgrace. If you had evidence, put it forward. And I would be right there behind you. I would be right there behind you, behind the secretary, to say, yes, then root out this corruption. Of course we need to do that. But when you cast a wide net and you say broad statements like that our FBI is corrupt, that's a huge problem. And it does nothing to help the situation.
See, you know what I'm saying? The Democrat strategists. Listen, look, people are not stupid. Now, okay, maybe the tangible evidence is not quite in hand at the moment, but the Secretary of Homeland Security is not stupid. Tom Homan is not stupid. These people on the inside of the government, these people are on the inside of the government. And of course they get word, things like that behind the scene, but of course they're going to really need more tangible evidence. And I get that to a degree of what he's saying, to a degree. But all I'm saying is, though, on the big picture of just using logical common sense, it's no way that those people, that Trindale Agra escaped Aurora. It's no way that this information got leaked about the specific date and time that the raise is supposed to happen in LA without somebody in the government alphabet letter situation haven't leaked anything. Somebody's leaking something. Somebody is leaking something.
Because she's not pointing to any one circumstance. She's claiming that this leak was demonstrated by corrupt officials with no proof. That's the problem. Again, you see this a pattern in the Trump administration, whether it's Elon Musk or Secretary Noem, making these wild accusations of criminal activity with no substantiated evidence. That's a real problem. And it's a chilling effect that will wreak havoc and damage to our nation for years to come.
David, so you think there's no corruption in the FBI and no corruption at USAID?
Well, no, I think there possibly could be.
Possibly could be, but at the end of the day, though, especially with the USAID, it just came out about what's going on with their funds, what they've been spending money on all these decades and things like that. So it's got to be some type of corruption going on. What is he talking about? But he's a dim socialist analyst or whatever. It's crazy.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
This is crazy. And they expect people that have logical common sense to sit around here and not read in between the lines. Listen, look, sometimes I don't need super evidence to know that shit be going on. I just know human beings. When human beings have too much power, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they get a little corrupt. It's been this way on this planet for thousands of years. This is nothing new about human beings having power.
When you have large organizations, thousands of employees,
right,
I'm sure there probably could be corruption. However, I'm not going to say that there's corruption when I have no evidence and I just have a suspicion.
But you're sure that hold on. Okay, hold on.
Could be corruption.
Hold on. Hold on. We're not going to let you escape that, man.
Large organizations, thousands of employees, I'm sure there probably could be corruption. However, I'm not going to say that there's corruption when I have no evidence. And
So you do agree that it's possible that there could be corruption. You know, we know you're not stupid. We know that you know that there's some type of corruption. There's too many human beings involved in too much power.
And I just have a suspicion. We have to be adults. Their words matter. They are the leaders of our government. So you can't just make accusations because your plan isn't working out to the T that you expected. So you're going to find someone else to blame and make these wild accusations. These are serious libel accusations that should not be just thrown out there willy-nilly. And so that when there is actual corruption,
just to interrupt, sorry.
and you need evidence.
Yes, exactly. You need the evidence. So I suppose you would support then Elon Musk and his Doge team finding the evidence and exposing it for all of America and the world to see.
Absolutely.
So are you impressed with what he's discovered so far, and you support Doge?
Well, I support the theory of it.
The theory,
but I haven't seen
but
that.
not reality. You'd rather things be kept hidden?
No, absolutely not. I didn't say that. What I said is that if you have this evidence, then bring it forward. Show us. Yeah. Well, that's what we want to see, and that's what we're hoping for. But when you have situations like Elon Musk going into the Treasury and then complaining that he wasn't given access because he doesn't have the right security clearance, but then complaining that that's interference, that's not right. What that is doing is sending a chilling effect so that no one will ask questions, and we will allow these people to have our most sensitive data. And that's what's really causing the backlash. When people learn that their sensitive data, their social security numbers, their tax information is being out there without any safeguards, that's the concern.
Hold on here. Stop it.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah, I'm good. That's enough. That's enough. You know, listen, look, when they learn that their tax information, it's already out there. There are human beings that work for these entities and stuff like that that's been dealing with our taxes and our social security numbers for decades, since this shit began. What are we talking about? We got other human beings that already know other human beings information, social security number, stuff like that. That's how shit. So you think Elon Musk is running around here trying to take all our information and do what with it? When he already when he used to own PayPal, Twitter. When you sign up to become a premium member on Twitter, you got to give up information. All these places, YouTube, all this stuff. We have to give up personal information on all this stuff. What are you talking about? Everybody gives up their personal information in America. It's already out there. So what the fuck he's supposed to do with it? Man. And see, this is the thing right here that we're talking about. It's the sideways stuff. But hey, listen, look, man, I guarantee you it's a lot of corruption going on. That's the reason why these thought processes are being brought up. Raids are being overcome because of leaking of information, like with Aurora and in Colorado, and in LA. This is wild right here, man. So yeah, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that, and even dude said the Democrat strategist, even he said, well, yeah, I do believe that it may be some people in there that are corrupt. Okay, if you believe that, then why can't you actually understand what the Homeland, the Secretary of Homeland said? Like, come on, man. Logical common sense. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.